welcome to the News with Jared. I'm Jared Cavelli, and here are this month's top stories. The big story this month is the Ashley Madison hack. The hackers released the names now, and I guess the Alabama mayor was on it, so he resigned. I heard that Snooki's husband was on it, but Snooki doesn't believe everyone. And their CEO, Noel Bitterman, steps down. I don't know why, but don't you think it was a little obvious that he was on it? He runs the company. Now to our next topic, Jared Fogle of Subway. He was arrested for child pornography and traveling to have sex with minors. Now that's what they mean when you get a $5 footlong. So, as you just heard, Subway's spokesman, Jared Fogle, was arrested for child pornography and traveling to have sex with minors. So now we know why he really lost all that weight. The next topic is Tom Brady's courtroom sketch. It was sketched by Jane Rosenberg, and we know that we don't want her to do any more court cases with people in it, because it's terrible. No. Disgusting. Next up is Trump. Of course there's Trump in the news. Why wouldn't there be? If this wasn't the news, we'd still be talking about Trump. So, Trump at a news conference was doing questions like normal news conference, and Jorge Ramos, the big star of Univision, got up and asked a question calmly, and Donald Trump responded with, "Sit down, don't want to talk to you." Then he kicked him out. But then, here's the catch, he let him back in. So now, if he wants all the Mexicans gone from America, why'd he let that one in? I wouldn't want him as my president. Which leads me to my next segment, Explained Trump Quotes. Do 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 do. Explain Trump Quotes. When Trump was in that news conference, he told Jorge Ramos,
"Excuse me, sit down. You weren't called. Sit down."
Which I think means,
I really wanted to be a school teacher when I grew up.
And then he said,
"Go back to Univision."
which is terrible. It's like him telling all the Mexicans to go back to Mexico. Jeez. On June 16th, Donald Trump was talking to Bill O'Reilly on Fox News and said, "The
wall will go up and Mexico will start behaving."
It's sort of like when the Berlin Wall fell and Berlin started behaving. I don't know. It's gonna be bad. On July 18th, Trump was talking about Senator John McCain at the Family Leadership Summit in Iowa and said,
"He's not a war hero. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured."
It means that, you know what, he doesn't think that John McCain is a war hero, which Trump isn't either, but John McCain is. He's confusing you to get votes, I bet. On August 6th, at the first GOP primary debate in Cleveland, moderated by Megyn Kelly, he had interrupted Kelly's question about whether his behavior toward women made him a worthy candidate because he hadn't referred to them as fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals at times. And he interjected with,
"Only Rosie O'Donnell."
"Don't mess with the Rosie, Trump." You know, I think he's just making enemies just to get votes. On August 7th, discussing a debate with CNN, he said,
"I don't have a lot of respect for Megyn Kelly. She's a lightweight. She gets out and starts asking me all sorts of ridiculous questions, and, you could see there was blood coming out of her eyes and blood coming out of her wherever."
Okay, so they went out partying. Trump knows that Megyn Kelly's lightweight, so that's why he said that. And since they went out that night, maybe she had her period that night, and that's why he said that. On August 11th, he was criticizing the Democratic candidate and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders for not speaking at a rally in Seattle when a couple of Black Lives Matter protesters grabbed the mic. He said,
"I would never give up my microphone. I thought that was disgusting. That showed such weakness, the way he was taken away by two young women, the microphone. They just took the whole place over. That will never happen with me. I don't know if I'll do the fighting myself or if other people will, but that was a disgrace. I felt badly for him, but it showed that he is weak.
Well, Donald Trump, there obviously are going to be different people fighting for you, 'cause you're too rich to fight for yourself. And you shouldn't fight people, Trump. You'll go down in the polls. You gotta stay up there. Don't fight. And August 16th, it was published in Maureen Dowd's Sunday column in the New York Times, the last and final one.
Heidi Klum, sadly, she's no longer 10.
Well, Donald Trump, sadly, you're no longer a 0. You're a negative 100. And that was Explained Trump Quotes. Do 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 do. Explain Donald Trump quotes. Yeah! Now, Burger King proposed a McWhopper to McDonald's. Let me tell you the ingredients so you can make your own. So, they're going to be six parts of the Big Mac and the Whopper. So there's the bun, the patty, cheese, lettuce, special sauce, and middle bun from the Big Mac. And then the Whopper, there's tomato, onion, ketchup, pickles, patty, and bun. But they were going to meet in the middle, Atlanta, and make a pop-up restaurant. They had all new uniforms, all new boxes. They had everything ready. And, I was ready. It was going to be on September 21st, Peace One Day. And McDonald's said no. And then Wendy's came up and was like,
when are you guys going to put stuff in my buns?
And the hospitals in Atlanta were very ready that day. But they don't have to be anymore. The heart doctors, so they don't get clogged, whatever. People are starting to move into college. Well, it might have already happened, because, I don't know. I'm doing this on August 30th, so you may have already moved in. I haven't, because I don't need to. College moving is a time when you sit in your room with your roommate and stare awkwardly at them. But not if you're in Virginia and in a frat house. This frat house in Norfolk at Old Dominion University, the Sigma Nu chapter, whatever you call it, they had signs that said, "Rowdy and fun, hope your baby girl is ready for a good time. Freshman daughter drop off, go ahead, drop off mom too." Let me tell you, that is a way to pick up girls. Not gonna lie. They have been suspended indefinitely, and with their boat shoes, their khaki shorts, and their polos, they've been suspended. So this next segment is sort of going to be a rant of sorts, because I have a big problem with this, and I don't see how we're ever going to get it solved, because no one is doing anything for it. But, so if you want to turn off the video, it won't hurt me. I don't care. But it's sort of going to be a rant about shootings. They were live in Virginia, and there were the 2 people that got killed. One was centimeters from death, as I just read in an article yesterday. There was Allison Parker and Adam Ward were filming live, and they were shot on camera. Well, the camera fell down, but they were shot. You could hear 8 shots, and then they went back to the normal broadcast. And then the Vicky Gardner was centimeters from not being able to walk, and then a couple more, and she could have died. The guy that shot them was named Vester Lee Flanagan II. He was 41. He was a fired reporter with history of conflicts at work and rage sparked by racial grievances. He had recorded the shooting on his phone while he did it, and he posted it onto Facebook, Twitter, with the name Bryce Williams, which I actually went to go watch the video, and it was very sickening. It was the worst thing that I've ever seen. I think that we need to do something about this. No one is doing anything about it. Like they say they want to do it, but they don't. I don't see any change in anything. A person gets shot every single month. There's shootings every single month. And it keeps happening. Someone needs to step up and do something about it. I don't know. it really bothers me that we still have this problem. There were 2 last month. There was a shooting in the movie theater, and that one. There may have been more that weren't in the news, but really, I was researching shootings online, and I had found that after the Firearms Act went through, like 1964 it was, or something, that there were more shootings from the year that they didn't have it to the year that they did have it. And they just kept escalating after that, which is terrible. I don't want to live in a country that has shootings every month, and that has people talking that they'll do something, but then once they get in to do something, they don't do it. And that is it. I'm sorry. I just needed to tell someone that, and that's for you guys. I will see you guys next week, and be happy.